Today I'm going to be showing you how I made a angle kit at home. A $2,200 WISEFAB kit or a $2,100 FDF wide angle kit was not in my budget for this year, especially for the low amount of driving I've been doing. So I made a kit for nothing more than my time and the cost of some drill bits and cutters. And I'm going to show you how you can do it too at home. First, before we get started, I need to announce a merch drop. I've never done a merch drop on this channel, and I need more money on this channel to help pay for filming help. We don't have any action shots on this video of drifting the Corvette because I'm having too hard of a time finding somebody that's able to come out and hold a video camera to catch the action shots that I want to publish. So that's leaving me with a more boring video than I want. And now I'm going to start trying to bring some money in for the channel so I can afford to hire help for videoing and editing. And I hope you guys can help me out. Here's the new merch drop. $25 drop, that includes shipping. And it's going to be a stainless steel multi-tool, credit card style multi-tool that goes right in everybody's wallet. So everybody can always use it. I use it all the time. There's a seatbelt cutter in it, a saw, a beer opener. And then the second thing goes right on your keychain. Here's size for reference. This is a 10mm functional crescent wrench that's also a fidget spinner. So you're gonna get both those two items, 25 bucks, sent to your door. Get those ordered up. I don't have my website ready to go yet, so please send me a private message on my Instagram page, which is Turbo Tyler Fun. Again, that's at Turbo Tyler Fun. Send me a direct message, and I will take your order through there until I can get my website. I hope you guys enjoy the video that's coming up. Right now, let's learn how to do an angle kit for free at home on your Corvette. This will work for a 97 through a 2015. Step one was to take everything apart, knock the tie rod out, and then bang the spindle back and forth like this. And the reason we did that is because I have a bang mark right here where this brake bolt was hitting the control arm. So now I know later on I'm gonna take a flap disc and clean that up. In addition, I already pulled this off, but there is a wheel speed sensor wire for ABS that ran through here. I already got that guy disconnected and hanging down. Probably gonna cut that off with scissors. And I pulled this little bracket thing off from right here. You're gonna need to do that. So that's step number one. Step number two is this right here was a clip holder for the ABS sensor. So I'm gonna take my cutoff wheel and I'm gonna run through here and cut this off so that we can access this. And then we're gonna take the flap disc right here and we're gonna make this all very, very level all the way across so that I can lay out some markings on where I wanna start drilling my hole down. All right, so here's the part I just cut off with the cutoff wheel, and here's the spindle. Right now I've scribed an X right here so you can see eventually I wanna relocate this hole over here and then chop off all the old stuff. But first, what I need to do is take the flap disc and make everything here perfectly level, because I'm gonna mark it from the top and drill from the top first. In addition, down on the bottom, I'm gonna need to flatten that out some too. That way everything's easier to cut with the drill later. And hold on for instructions later. After I finalize my mathematical formula, I'll tell you how far back from the center of this hole I'm going to the center of the new hole. All right, so here you can see, I'm gonna zoom us in, that I have a level plane on the top side. And this isn't my final spot. I'll do a much more accurate measurement, but that's a rough idea of where I'm gonna drill a new hole so that we get more angle. And then right now, I'm gonna lift the car up a little bit more and clean up the bottom side so that it's easier to work down there too. So next up, very important step is I got two jacks under there and one jack under here. I have come over and marked a bunch of scribe lines on my flat surface, and I believe it's 1.6 inches from the edge of that hole out to 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, etc. And I might do a subscription thing where you need to send me $20 for me to tell you which hole I picked. But that scribe line right there is just down the center line through the thickest area, so there would be a lot of support in here. So that's just in the middle of here. But this right here is a very, very crucial one, because this is the difference between it working or not working, is whether I do 1.7 or, you know, 2.2. So I'm still figuring out those measurements. One thing I did do is make sure you never press the brakes when your rotor's not in there. But I'm doing a slam test with it jacked up so that I could see there's room for the tie rod under here. And I'm not going to be running the tie rod into the sway bar mount because I have to keep a sway bar. And then I was slamming the caliper into the control arm, and you're going to see right here, I'm going to circle this because later on I'm going to need to grind some material out of there, I assume. I don't want to forget about it, because that's the caliper hitting the control arm. Here, see if I can show you. So I banged it in there to leave a witness mark like that. Then I'll circle it, and later on I'll remember to grind it out, but not now. So we want to get as close as I can to banging that, preferably without actually banging it, and not go any further than that on here. So I'm figuring that out right now. Another one that I really, really wanted to learn and explore, and I want to be very conscious of it, is that right there is the max extension of what the brake line can do. And there's no way in hell that I think that right there is going to be about the max that the steering rack will allow this thing to do. So I do got to be conscious of that, though. You got to make sure you're not moving further than the brake line can stretch. So if I did have extended control arms that push the wheel out further, that absolutely would not work. But it's barely going to work with the setup I'm doing. So I just switched from drill bit number 1 to drill bit number 2. As you can see, we're going to be doing a bunch of drilled holes to avoid drill drift. First hole's in. I don't want to scare you or intimidate you, but if you have every single tool that you can see, I'm going to do a quick sweep, then you can do this yourself. You're going to need all those drills, safety glasses, flap disc, cutoff wheel, all these half-inch sockets, an Ooga Dooga gun. You don't really need the air gun. You need a half-inch ratchet with a breaker bar to get the caliper off, and you don't necessarily need these. I just, you might want the tie rod one, but you don't necessarily even need those. Here is where I didn't have enough tools and I had to go out. So I went to Harbor Freight. I had to take this with me and take the dial caliper with me. These are called step bits, and there's a bunch of different sizes of them. This one happened to be the right one. It was the only one in the store that was right, so I got it in a package deal. You need to step drill up through here. You know, you got to be careful and just use your best judgment, but you step drill through there. And then you need a Christmas tree reamer. This is about a 7-degree Christmas tree reamer right here. As you can see, you know, it's a reamer. So it will cut out all of the stuff, you know, all the steps left behind that this drill is going to leave. But it's really probably not going to work to just plunge that in there. It wouldn't really cut. So right now I'm about to get those out of the package, get them in the drill, and then plunge a hole through the spindle so that tapered. Alrighty, y'all, I'm going to give you a warning. This goes really, really fast. So there's a washer that goes up here. Here's how you know you're done, is you run the step drill. I until about where 3/4 barely touches and you quit. And when you look in here, which you can't see, there's a few threads below the surface. If you don't do that, you're gonna have a bad time. So you run that right until it hits 3/4. You come in and clean up all the burrs with the Christmas tree. Make sure that that's about 3 threads still sunk in there. And then I lost it, but I just had a washer. This guy here. This washer goes on there. Then you put the nut on there and you tighten it up. And you're done. Moving on to the next side. I'm going to put this all back together and move on to the next side. When you put the ball joint on, leave that nut loose leave that nut loose one turn right there. You know, don't snug it down because we have to align the car on the ground and do a little eyeball alignment because all we're going to change is like toe. But because we moved that point, the toe will need to be adjusted, which is very easy to do. You can YouTube someone else's channel on how to do that. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Flap disc and grind a little bit more out of here for clearance. I was noticing when I was trying to bolt it up that the outside of the tie rod cup is touching that. So I'm going to come in here and take some more material out of there. This was an interesting one. So we're going to add a tool in here, the Sawzall. I was testing out my sweep to see what kind of stuff hits. The control knuckle now hits the tie rod end right here, which means that I'm going to come in here with a Sawzall. I'm going to blast it all out right about here. You might be able to do it with a cutoff wheel, but I'd probably recommend the Sawzall if possible, or both. I don't know. Who cares? So we got that going on. That was an interference. I can't even see the full sweep, but I can already tell you it goes a lot further than it used to. There's more to go. Here's what it looks like when it goes back the other way with the suspension compressed, with the caliper hitting the control arm. And I might be able to grind a little bit out of the control arm. I'm not worried about it yet. Right now, I just want to get this lobe cut off and a little bit more ground out of here. Because you can see I'm still kind of touching a little bit, and I don't like that. So let me get those done and get a sweep test, and then I'll do the other side. It's going to be difficult for me to do this with only one hand, but I'm going to show you the sweep. First off, let's get kind of a bit more of a panoramic view for you guys. That is a shit ton more than I had stock. I'm definitely getting to be a little bit scared that I'm going to be hitting here, and I'm going to have to take this panel out, which pisses me off because the ECU is behind there. I'm so sorry that the video quality sucks, guys. You know, I'm doing this myself today. So now we're going to check for the sweep the other way, see if anything hits anything and how far it goes. Holy fucking Christ. That goes forever. That looks like easily 50 degrees, 53 degrees, like probably zero problem. Oh my fucking God. All right, this fiberglass inner fender, so there's going to be a 1.5 inch wheel spacer and then the stock front wheel right there. I'm pretty sure I'll be doing cutoff wheel tricks pretty much from here all the way down and from here all the way across, if I have to guess right now. That is a fuckload of angle. To give you a comparison, it's all the way turned on this side. And it would be all the way turned right now, the way you were looking at it on the other side. So, I mean, there's nothing there. I mean, we're going for double that easy. So, I'm pretty dang impressed with myself right now. Whew! I did it. I'm going to put this side back together and go get jamming on the next side. My gosh, that really didn't even turn much at all. With weight on the control arm, that's all the way to the right. I mean, it's just absolutely puny. It's been cut with the jack compressing the spring. And you can see, I mean, you're just looking straight at caliper. I mean, that's all you can even see here is caliper. That is all the angle. It's definitely going to fuck up that inner fender and that bumper and that inner fender. I mean, there's no way around that. Thank you for watching. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you at least are empowered with the knowledge to make yourself an angle kit for your Corvette at home for free until you can save up some money for some cool WISEFAB years later. In the meantime, if you got anything out of this at all, please support the channel. The only way you can support the channel right now is to just go buy this merch drop. Get yourself a multi-tool credit card, get yourself a fidget spinner, 10mm crescent wrench for your keychain. Hit me up on Instagram and help support the channel. We really need money to help hire a videographer. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.